everyone. This is ICO Talk. My name is Yelena, and today I have two guests. These are Michael Dzondzhua, Communications Director of the Handelion, and Michael Bobkin, Development Director of the Handelion. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Good afternoon.
Hello, Yelena.
Okay, so before we start talking about the Handelion itself, I would like to ask you to tell us a few words about the history of your company, because I know that you started in 2009, and then in 2016 you've launched the trade funding service. And the next step is the Handelion, but still, before, we would like to know a little bit about the beginning.
Okay. It's kind of unexpected question because we was prepared to speak about Handelion, but speak about just say about history. It's interesting always, yes. And we mostly was active in banking sector, and we just managed to help to the clients to move money between countries and making the consulting activities related to that to this. So in our company always was employed a lot of people who were working in accounting, in lawyers, accountants, and client managers who worked with clients and help them to work with our banking system, with the European banking system when necessary. So, and we manage few companies as well, and our projects was related to the building of yachts, for example, and we helped to finance this project as well. And we were involved in the market of crew transporting vessels, and a lot of different projects, even related to IT infrastructure. And we have our own IT company and logistic company just inside our holdings. So
I see.
Yeah, so it's a lot of activities, and as soon as it's
but I think I think it's very important for the investors to understand that the experience of your company, to know that you have quite a great experience in this sphere. I think this is very interesting for the investors.
Yeah. Actually, as soon as we have part of company, we were ready to talk about two cores in our company, and one of the core is correlated to financial service and to the banking environment, so to speak. And we understand our proficiency and readiness to work in this area and help clients to work there as well. But the second one is IT core, and we have a group of developers who are working proficiently and deeply in the IT sphere, and they just did a lot of projects related to even for governmental institution in the United States. So they not just made a couple of internet stores. They made enterprise level solutions in IT sphere, so in IT environment.
Okay,
so that's why I'm a little bit disheveled. I'm a little bit.
No, okay. Thank you anyway for the answer. Okay, now we will proceed to the Handelion itself. Tell us please about the project and what is the main idea behind it.
So, as you mentioned, in 2016 we started with trade banking system, and we just involve our logistic company and our financial experience into this activity, and we help to the small and medium enterprises, to small and medium entrepreneurs to have financing for the sales and international trade activities. So because in this it's probably started in 2012, but in these years to be financed by the banks and big financial institutions for the small and medium enterprises is quite complicated. So, and this segment was just not covered with real financing. And we were the company. We was the group of companies actually who supported this part of the market with financing and developing this service. Working with these clients, we just started to understand that something important happened in the IT world and in the world as a whole, and we just from the beginning we were watching from outside the erasing of the development and expansion, I would like to say, of blockchain technology.
Yes. That's what I wanted to ask you. What is the role of blockchain technology in the Handelion?
And we just begin to understand that blockchain could be implemented and should be implemented in the trade banking and make the interaction between the parties who are involved in the trade banking, in the trade financing, make these interactions quite more easier, faster, and even more trustful. I would like to say, because you know it's very important for all the parties. When I'm talking about the parties, I mean mostly the buyer who wants to buy some goods in some distant place. I mean distant from Europe, and seller or the producer of the good who wants usually 100% payment or prepayment, for the goods he delivers or sell. And investor, because as soon as the buyer cannot afford himself complete payment, so he needs an investor. An investor wants to be sure that he will receive his money back, and with some interest as well. It's normal for him. So, and it's important to build relationship, and we were intermediator for a few years between all these parties. Okay. And we understand that our logistic company is involved, and we even involve the surveyors for the process as well. So all these parties, the investor always a little bit worry about the money, so he have to build a trust with the buyer, and the buyer wants to be sure that the producer and seller will produce the proper goods and service, and it will be delivered in proper way. So and the payments, and everybody worried about the payments as well. So and when we just get more aware, more deeply deeply understanding of blockchain technology, we just saw that the blockchain technology can solve all these problems, and as soon as we will base this on the blockchain, blockchain and smart contract, lot of process, lot of interaction between the parties will just be automatic. Automatic. So this automatization was just mind blowing. It's like we just saw this, and we from the beginning we made few drafts of the system, and we just see that the system have the potential to to increase by itself. So, and it's full of potential for expansion, and it's just the big importance of involvement of new participants of the system, and we would like to be as a representative of investor, as representative of logistic party. We would like to be the part of the system as well. So, and we started to think that it could be global. This is the moment. Yes.
Okay. And are there any similar projects on the market right now, or you are absolutely unique? Say.
It's a lot. As soon as I know, some projects in financing, in logistic, would like to implement blockchain technology into process of financing businesses and keeping logistic tracking, for example, in the blocks actually.
But what is your main advantage over?
We see this, as I mentioned before, as an ecosystem, not just relationship between buyer and logistic body, but the system who will involve all the party inside it, and will make this complex solution for all of them actually. So and made this kind of even kind of gaming environment. I mean in sense of easiness and in way of how easy it is to participate.
How it works.
And even borrow money and lend money and buy and sell, and as soon as Internet of Things will be in our world more and more developed. So the seller will involve even their goods. The sellers or producers will include even goods and products into this system, and these goods and the products will be searchable. So and absolutely manageable by the system itself. Okay. So it's like it's we just draw a few screenplays of the situation inside the system, and we saw that the main situation, main plots of relationship between buyer, seller, investor, logistic body, and even surveyor could be solved inside the system. So the uniqueness of the system is its complexity. Let me say that it's kind of a holistic approach to the relationship of these bodies.
Okay, I see. Yeah. Shall we now proceed to your ICO? What is the exact sum that you want to collect?
Exact sum is 7,080 Ethereums.
Okay. In Ethereum.
It's about. I don't know the precise rate for the exchange to the fiat money, but it should be about 1,800,000 or 2 million US dollars, as I guess. We understand that the beginning of as I told you, we just see that the ecosystem, this system will grow, and it's necessary to have according support for even for the beginning of the system. So we according to the business plan, we have to spend this money for the beginning of the development of the system. So our developers will got the project, will start the project, and will start to build the system itself.
Okay,
and,
I see. But still, what are the key milestones of development? Still, we would like to know.
Okay, it's probably more for you question, Mikhail, Mike, if you want. So what's I just want your participation as well.
Okay, I will say some words. Okay, we have a business plan. We have planned all these milestones, and we have also shown these milestones to public. These milestones are accessible through our website and in our white paper.
Yeah,
so
sure.
We plan that the first functionality of the system will be available in June 2018. So we plan that we will have we will have ready the functionality that allows interaction between the investor and the buyer. So then the second milestone is when we deploy the next functionality, when the sellers come in, because currently with our trade backing system, we are the intermediary between the seller, the buyer, the investor, and the logistics party and other interactors. So we plan that our role as an intermediary will be diminished, and we will expand our role as the developer of the system.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay, so let's speak about your tokens. What are the key benefits of your tokens?
Okay, the first of all, at the pre-sale, you can get our token just much cheaper than on the general ICO. So, but it's like two parts of the token of the benefits. Actually, as a token holder, you will be just definite participant of the changes of the world of the international trade. So because as soon as the system will grow, the environment of we just see that as our vision, if you wish. So we just see that it will change the whole landscape of the whole idea of international trade, and it's at least we understand this possibility. And second, as a token holder, you will get a interest from the token, which is implemented in the smart contract inside that. So,
okay, I see.
If we will not reach our goals from the pre-sale on the pre-sale stage, so all the money will be refunded.
Okay, that's
so
cool.
And it's already tested in our token. So, and we are sure it will work this way. So, and as any investors, I would say that they in the worst scenario, in the case of some technological difficulties or something like that, it will be proportional refund probably, but you know, as an entrepreneurs, as any entrepreneurs, we are not expected the worst scenario.
Sure.
And and we plan to invest money in the development of the system, and it's probably will be not so easy to get it back. So it's like, but you know, and it's normal entrepreneurial risks. So it's like in any activity. So we as probably all honest people should say that you should not put your last money in our project. So, but yeah, but the support is important. Yes, it's like it's works like that, and crowd sale and cryptocurrencies just make it much easier, and people who own quite a lot of assets right now, they can invest them into our activity. Yeah, and will be not so risky for them, and we are set it for the success. So we expect to manage the process properly, and we have a goal set it, and as Michael already said, that our roadmap is quite definite. So we know where we are going. So
sure.
We expect the success of the project.
Okay. And in general, how do you see the future of the ICO market? What do you think about its perspectives?
Being quite positive about the ICO cryptocurrencies on the moment, I see that the whole system. I mean, it's a new technology, and this technology already have expanded in the world. So and expansion continues. Mm-hmm. So, and I would not say that the ICO and cryptocurrencies will kill the traditional stock market or
the traditional way of funding.
But no, but for me, it will grow, and it will be growing for few next years, and will be dominant because of easiness, probably because of affordableness for the general public, and I believe it will grow for a few years.
Okay. And now the most important question. So will you please tell us in 1 or 2 sentences, just in very brief, why shall I as an investor invest money in the Handelion?
During our conversation, I told you, yeah. So and we, as soon as we need 2 questions, two sentences.
Yes, to summarize it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's maybe sounds a little bit arrogant, but you can be participant. You could be participant of the changes in the world. So as soon as you want to change something in the international trade, you have to participate. You are able to participate in these changes just buying our tokens. And in economical sense, we understand that cryptocurrencies is a growing currency so far, and even in this world, you can get additional commission, additional percentage on this. So, being pragmatic, you should invest in our project too, okay, because it will grow and it will make some additional value for you too.
Okay, I see. Then thank you very much for this interview, and thank you very much for being with us today. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your questions, Yelena, and it was a pleasure to see you smile and to answer your questions. So.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. So, and I remind you that my guests today were Michael Dzondzhua, the Communications Director, and Michael Bobkin, the Development Director of the Handelion. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch more interesting videos. Bye-bye.